guys, welcome back to my channel. Today's video is going to be a first impressions video on mainly drugstore products. Pretty much all the products that I am testing out are drugstore products, which is amazing. So just keep on watching to see what I loved and what I hated. And also, if you guys are new to my channel, don't forget to click subscribe, and that would be amazing. I hope you guys enjoy, and let's jump straight into it. Okay, so I'm starting with a fresh, clean face. I've got some imperfections, so really going to see the coverage of this. So the first product I am trying out is the L'Oreal True Match Super Blendable Foundation in 1D/1W. In Australia we don't really have a lot of shade options for this foundation, so this was the lightest one I could find, and it looked like a pretty decent match for my chest, not so much my face but my chest, so I thought I would give it a go. This foundation is like a cult product on YouTube, and I'm not sure why I never got around to trying it. So I'm just putting one pump on my fingers, and it is super running, so that's going to be interesting. But I don't really mind if it's not full coverage. I don't really mind my light coverage foundations, but we'll see. Here we go. And I'm just going to blend that out with a Sigma angled kabuki brush. So on my first impression for this is it is super lightweight. Like, it feels like pretty much nothing on the skin, which is really nice. The colour match is okay. It's not the best colour match probably, but it's a pretty good one. It will match my chest, so that's okay. And I would probably say the coverage is probably medium. I would definitely not call this a high coverage foundation, but that is because this is just one thin layer. We'll see how we go building it up. I might pop on a second layer just to see how the coverage builds. So that is one layer fully blended. So the coverage is pretty good. Like, I would say it's definitely medium coverage, but it does look like skin, which is really nice. It doesn't look like I have a heavy foundation on my skin. I've got pretty big pores around my nose, so I can sort of see the product there, but that's okay. I can see most products there. So I'm going to put on probably another half pump and just apply that to my cheeks and my nose and probably my chin, where I need the most coverage, because I've got some spots on my chin and I've got a lot of redness and discoloration on my cheeks, just natural. So again, just gonna blend that in and build the coverage up a little bit, but it seems to blend nicely. It does. You can definitely see it on my cheeks, but it's not a cakey sort of look. It's just a nice sort of foundation-y light skin look almost. So that is the finished result. Zoom you guys in. So you can see there's a little bit of redness on my cheeks, but that's with every product, unfortunately. And yeah, otherwise it looks pretty much like skin, which is really nice. It blends down to match my body really well, which is great because most products don't, and they normally make me a shade darker or a shade lighter. But I really like this. I've blended it down my neck and up on my ears. Like I said, I like my light coverage to medium coverage products, so I'm definitely a fan of this. For foundation, this is actually really nice. I'm not a huge foundation wearer. I like my CC creams, but for foundation, I reckon if you guys are looking for a medium buildable coverage, this is definitely a good shot to have a go at. So I'm not going to conceal today because I'm just going to leave as is. And I'm going to move on to face. I'm going to try out my next product, which is my Nude by Nature bronzer and blush duo. Oh god. It cracked into about 1,000 pieces when I picked it up. So instead of that bronzer, I do actually have another one I haven't tried yet, which is my Models Prefer Mineral Powder in Soft Touch in Radiant Bronze. So this is supposed to be a, like, I guess a dupe for the Hourglass bronzers maybe, because it's super, like, shimmery-ish and glowy-ish, but that's it swatched on my hand, and we'll give that a go today, I think. So I might just take a big fluffy brush and just swirl it around in there. It's not overly pigmented, so I don't think I'm gonna have too much issues, and I'm just gonna brush it onto my face. So I actually bought this as an intentional highlighter, but as soon as I got home I realized when I looked at the colour I'd picked up the wrong one, and this is definitely more of a bronzer than a highlighter. Now, the colour itself seems not very pigmented at all, but it's giving me a little bit of colour, which is nice. It's definitely very light, very light to look through. It reminds me of the Hourglass ones, although definitely not as nice and perfecting. It's not a product I would probably recommend you go and pick up. I think it's okay. It's not the best product I've tried. It's sort of a little bit patchy on my cheeks. It's sort of looking patchy in some areas and on my forehead. The colour when swatched is really nice. Not high hopes for this and really not the best expectations. It's not very expensive, but I think the highlighter version of this would be much nicer. Go back to this New by Nature palette and I'm going to try out the blush, which I'm not sure the colour of. I don't think they actually have... Oh, Cashmere. Cashmere is the colour. Now this is a really... I'm going to try and show you this without spilling this all over the floor. This is a really red toned terracotta sort of blush. It's nothing I have in my collection, so it's very interesting to try. I'm just going to take that on a blush brush. First, tapping it in. It's quite pigmented, but otherwise it comes off as a really pretty terracotta-y brush. It comes out just as it looks in the pan. It's really nice. A little bit goes sort of a long way. It's definitely a matte formula, so there's no shimmer in the blush, and it's really pretty. I think it looks like a really nice natural flush, so I do quite like the blush colour. It's sort of an orange toned red, as I said, and yeah, it looks really nice on the skin. I think would look great with a tan. I think the bronzer is a bit of a fail, but the blush is beautiful, so even if you can find the blush Cashmere on its own, highly recommend. Really nice. So that is that, and I'm just going to go in with a regular normal highlighter. This is my What's Up by Benefit. Pop that on the top of my cheekbones and just blend that out with my foundation brush. Alright, moving on to the next new products. So the next new products I want to talk to you about are actually products that I think are from the UK, but I found them in Melbourne Central here in Australia, and they're called 3 Inner, I think it's called. I think it's pronounced, I'll try and zoom in and focus on this so you guys can see. But I think that is actually pronounced, I thought it was Minna, but I think it's actually 3 Inner. So I picked these up. I swatched these in the store and they looked really nice. They're the cream eyeshadows, and I have one in the shade 313, which is this really beautiful copper toned, really beautiful like coppery gold colour. And I also have the shade 303, which is this absolutely stunning turquoise colour. The lady in the store was wearing this colour and I was like, this would be so beautiful as a eyeliner, which I'm going to wear it for today and try it out. So these are supposed to be super long wearing. In the store I swatched on my hand, and after it had set I could not get it off, which is amazing. So I thought I would give it a go as an eyeshadow. So I'm going to try 313 as an all over base colour. So I'll swatch it for you guys to try. It's very cushiony, that's the best way to describe it, and super pigmented, like you guys can see. That's just one little touch and it's so pretty. So it's really soft and creamy, the formula. It's really like, you can probably see as I touch it, it's really like cushiony. So we'll see how we go. Pop that directly on the eyeshadow, on the eyelid, and a tiny bit does go a long way by the look of it. I've only just touched it and I've got probably 2 eyes worth of shadow, which is pretty nice. The consistency is very creamy, but once it sort of blends over the eyelid and starts setting, it becomes, it sets down. I can feel that already. It's going to be very difficult to blend once it is set, so I think this is a product you're going to have to work very quickly with. The pigmentation is beautiful. I will definitely give them that. The colour is stunning. I think this is going to be one of those chuck it on your eyes and go colours. You don't have to do anything with it, sort of like your Bad to the Bronze, I think it was. by Maybelline. In comparison to your Maybelline ones, this is definitely a lot creamier, a lot softer, a lot easier to work with, and when it has already set basically on my eyes. So I don't think it's going to crease too much, and I think it will last all day because I can feel it on my eye. It's not tacky, but it has set, which is just great. So I don't think I'm going to need to do anything to my eyes. After that, I might take a bronzer brush and just pop a little crease colour in, and that is that. So now I'm going to try this turquoise colour, and I'm going to try it with a brush. So I'm going to take a eyeliner brush. I'm just going to take a e.l.f. small angled eyeliner brush with this turquoise colour and pop it underneath the lash line. Again, super, super creamy. Just put my brush in there and it is so creamy. Let's see how it goes. So I think my brush might be a little bit dense because it's sort of picking up too much product. I'm having to keep putting product back. But the colour itself is gorgeous. So I'm going to try with this little like pencil brush instead and see if that makes a better line, because I feel like that other brush I was using was the wrong sort of brush for what I wanted. So I've got some on my little pencil brush and I'm just going to that is a lot better. It's much easier to move the product around. Again, it's the same product, it's very pigmented, it looks very pretty. Once it is set, it seems to get more difficult to work with, but if you work quickly, one eye at a time, I don't think you'll have any issues with it setting before you're ready. So that is that, just a simple subtle pop of colour. I will swatch this on my hand for you guys as well, just so you can see. That's how much I picked up, and the swatch on my hand, as you guys can see, is just beautiful. Oh, so pretty, so pretty. I will zoom in for you guys to see a bit better. Those are the colours. So very, very pretty, and so affordable as well. For you guys looking for slightly more affordable makeup products, these were $14 each, which here in Australia is just freaking unheard of. These are the same price as Maybelline in Australia. So this is freaking beautiful, and I'm so excited for it. So I'm just going to pop on a mascara. This is just my Maybelline Big Eyes Mascara. I've used this 100 times. This is definitely not new. Then I'm just going to pop on some e.l.f. brow powder. Nothing too overexciting. My brows are a huge mess at the moment, so just don't pay any attention to them. I really need to get them done. So, moving on to the final product in this testing new makeup products, and that is the Australis Velour Lips Matte Lip Cream in Mumbai, which is this terrifyingly looking purpley colour, which I'm so excited to try. So let's just, ooh, pretty. It's very purple, so kind of excited, kind of terrified. But I've heard amazing things about these. I've had this in my collection for a while now. I bought this on sale, but I've never opened it. So I've literally just taken the plastic off it. They smell kind of like lollies, like cherry lollies, which I'm not a huge fan of cherry lollies, so, but that's okay. But I've heard amazing things about their formulations, so I'm going to give it a go. I don't want to put on too much because I'm actually just going to the doctor's today, so super exciting. But I don't really want to walk around rocking my purple lips, so let's give this a go. Okay, that is very purple. The formulation is very dry, not liquidy at all. The smell is just really overpowering. And the formulation is sort of hard to work with. It's really, really dry. There's no liquid slip to it. It just clings to dry patches. It's very matte, but it's not a nice formulation. It is really patchy and dry, and it's clung to every little bit of dry skin I have on my lips, which is just not appealing to me. So that is that. So I would probably give this a miss. If you have a lighter colour, maybe it would look better, but that is everything for this video. I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. I think foundation is good. I mean, I'm not really a huge foundation wearer. I like my CC creams, but I think for foundation it's really nice. It's light, it doesn't feel cakey. The blush is really lovely. It's a nice colour. It's really, really pigmented. The eyeshadows are complete win. They're probably my favourite of all of this video. They're so creamy and beautiful and pigmented, and I'm really hoping they last. And also the lipstick, just not a win. I can't stand the smell. It's like a cherry lolly smell. It's making me feel sick. And it's just really difficult to work with. I don't really like it at all. So those are all of my first impressions. Let me know if you guys really love these products, or if you hate these products, or if there's any products down below you want me to try. Also, if you're new, don't forget to click subscribe, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye!